What is going on, Brick fans? Today I've got another Pokemon MEGA Construx review for you all. We're going to be taking a look at the new Vulpix Evolution Set. But before we get started, if you like Pokemon MEGA Construx content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The channel is getting close to 1,000 subscribers. And when that happens, I will be doing a video showing all of the unique Pokemon from Pokemon MEGA Construx. So definitely get excited for that. That is coming very soon. And then let me know what you think of this set in the comments. And hit that like button. All of this really helps with the algorithm on YouTube getting this video out to as many people as possible. So let's go ahead and get right into the review. Now, I wanted to be completely fair to this set in particular because if anyone had seen my building video for this set, you probably would have noticed that my Vulpix didn't come out so good. Reason being, we had a deformed piece in the set. This piece is not able to connect where it's supposed to, and so the Vulpix from that set, his head will forever be missing that piece and will not be able to connect. However, this is the exact same Vulpix as we've gotten before, so I decided to use my previously owned Vulpix for this review. Now, it is a bit unfortunate that they did not update the Vulpix model here, and the reason I say that is because the scaling is not so great for this Pokemon, but we'll get to that a little later. So let's go ahead and get the most boring stuff out of the way. We've got this landmass, and it is just a serviceable piece of land. Nothing special there. You have kind of the usual flimsy construction. Look at that, only 3 points of connection for this part on this bulky piece here, so not great construction in terms of the land mass. That will fall apart pretty easily, so not too thrilled about that. But on the other hand, I don't get these sets for the land, I get them for the Pokemon. So let's go ahead and take a look at those Pokemon. Now, this Vulpix is the same as we've seen before. I mean, of course, this is the previous model anyway, but there's literally no distinction. As you can see side by side, it's the same exact Pokemon model, and it's a decent model in and of itself. I think it captures the likeness of the Pokemon pretty well. Now on to Ninetales, the star of the show. We've got, of course, the Ninetales, which I actually liked the way they did this. We've got these 3 individual pieces that link into this singular piece. Now, you could say that these parts of the tail is a little spindly, they're a little thin, and that would be a fair criticism. I'd say it's not a perfect looking model, but I think the tails get the job done. As far as Ninetales like resting Pokédex position, I think this definitely could have been done better. To get that nice sitting position, we need these front legs to actually be touching the ground like that, and so it's a little awkward when Ninetales back end is just off the ground like that. So really, to make it look normal, you've got to stand them up, and that's not so great. I do appreciate the new hairpiece for the head, as well as this piece for the chest hair. That's pretty cool. I will say, however, I'm not so thrilled with the way this kind of sticks out here. Ninetales' neck and head should have been a little more uniform right there instead of having kind of a bulbous back head right there. But I think overall they did a decent job with this Pokemon. They definitely could have done worse, and so I'm grateful for what we have. Now, as far as scaling goes, of course, I default to Pikachu to do Pokemon scalings. So here is the Vulpix to Pikachu scaling, and as we can see, they are exactly the same height. Of course, I count the tips of Pikachu's ears as the end point of his height. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but it makes the most sense to me. So here's where the problem comes in. Pikachu is 1 foot 4 inches, and Vulpix is supposed to be 2 feet. So Vulpix should be almost twice as big as Pikachu. So now let's add Ninetales to the mix, and Ninetales is supposed to be 3 foot 7 inches. So Ninetales should be 3 times taller than Pikachu. And as we can see, even if we take off the ears for consideration, Ninetales would be less than 2 times the height of Pikachu. With the ears, of course, it's even worse. So I'd say in terms of scaling, Mega Construx definitely failed to scale these Pokemon properly. And even in terms of the internal consistency of Vulpix and Ninetales, we can see Vulpix is supposed to be 2 foot and Ninetales is 3 foot 7 inches. And really all we have is this extra head height for Ninetales. But I definitely wouldn't say that that is accurately 1 foot and 7 inches taller. So we've got a problem with scaling with the other Pokemon, and we have the internal evolutionary problem where Vulpix does not scale well with Ninetales. Ninetales should have been bigger as well as Vulpix. They both should have been bigger. If we had bigger models for them, we could have gotten a lot more detail on Ninetales. We could have gotten a neck that is in line with its head. These tail pieces wouldn't have to be so spindly. So overall, I am kind of disappointed with how this set shook out to be, but at the same time I am glad that Ninetales is a part of the collection. Don't get me wrong, it could have been worse, so I am grateful for what we have. I would just expect a lot better from Mega Construx in the future. Now that is just wishful thinking, and I know that, but at the end of the day, I would definitely recommend this set for any collectors of the Mega Construx line, and anyone who's a fan of Ninetales as well. It's a pretty decent representation of the character. It's nowhere near perfect. So guys, let me know what you think of this set, of course, in the comments, and like this video if you like this kind of content, and subscribe to the channel. Since I reviewed this set so late into the game, I already have all the Pokeball Series 20s, so the review for them is going to be out next, so watch out for that. I'll see you guys in that video, but until then, take care.